Good day, and thanks for stopping by GardenStateWeather.com, New Jersey, and the Northern Mid-Atlantic region's weather news portal. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. Welcome to fall. This is our Friday, September 23rd, 2011 daily video forecast discussion. And it's starting out to be a muggy one, and a foggy one at that, and rain is on the way. Start things out this morning with a lot of advisories across the northern mid-Atlantic all the way into southern New England. We've got dense fog advisories here for the New York City metropolitan area, parts of coastal New Jersey, and also interior New Jersey. And we've got dense fog advisories until 10 o'clock this morning across the Poconos, a large portion of interior central and southern Pennsylvania. Further down through the Delaware and then down into the Virginias here in Maryland, we've got flash flood watches up until tonight because of training rain there. Also further down into the southern portions of Delaware here, flash flood watches until early tomorrow morning. And across the Richmond, Virginia area, also until tomorrow morning too. A large part of New Jersey under an aerial flood watch until 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. Current temperatures across the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area this morning anywhere from around 70 to the lower 70s. The temperatures and dew points are quite uniform, and already we're finding areas of rain breaking out now. Some moderate to heavy rain across southern New Jersey and the Poconos, getting up to Baltimore, the I-95 corridor, all the way out to southern New Jersey, and then to the waters south and east of Long Island. And another further batch of rain across the Virginias here. This is moderate to heavy rain, and all of this rainfall in this region will be lifting northward very slowly today and encompassing pretty much a large portion of the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area during the course of later this morning right through early this afternoon. It's a convoluted and messy start to autumn here in the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area. Actually, anywhere east of the Great Lakes this morning. We have a very strong and vigorous upper low, which is developing here across the UP of Michigan, and it has been so over the last 24 hours. It continues to evolve and develop, and we can see a slew of tropical and subtropical moisture being fed up into this area with a connection all the way down into the Caribbean and all the way from the Gulf upward through the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area and all the way into southeastern Canada. The flow aloft is divergent, so there's a lot of lifting here going on in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, and a lot of tropical plumed moisture, which is about ready to move across the area at just about any time through today, tonight, and Saturday. There might be breaks in between some of the precipitation as areas of low pressure and certain frontal and shortwave features move through and translate through the area. But the reason for the flash flood aerial watch in many areas, and in some cases flash flood warnings, is because of the fact that the rainfall will be coming down in discrete locations, very heavy in very wet, prone antecedent ground from previous rains. So that's why the flood watches and warnings are issued. So you're going to have to monitor them throughout the next 24 to 36 hours, possibly even longer into next week, because it's going to take a long time for this upper low, according to most of the consensus models, to move off the mid-Atlantic coast. So disturbances, this is stalled out frontal boundary now across just east of the Great Lakes in Ohio. It's not really going to move that much. It's going to get a little bit closer, and then waves of low pressure continue to move along it. Here comes a couple of plumes now over the southeastern United States. All of this moisture going to be fed into this, so going to be periods and rounds of showers and very heavy rain from time to time from late tonight. Another break tonight after midnight, probably early tomorrow morning, and then another batch of moderate to heavy rain could be moving through the I-95 corridor right through the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. Forecast charts for this afternoon. Here's the cold front. It's very slowly moving, probably nearly stationary across Lake Erie all the way down through the Tennessee and Mississippi valleys here. Here's our first batch of surface low pressure developing across the Delaware Bay here. Some rain and moderate rain falling throughout this region during this afternoon, getting into coastal New Jersey and just south and east of New York City, perhaps even getting into the city and northeastern New Jersey by later this morning and this afternoon. And then by this evening, the first low moves into southern New England, begins to weaken a little bit. A residual trough here, the cold front making a little bit more progress. And this is for tomorrow. This is for late tonight, actually. And then by tomorrow morning on Saturday, here comes the cold front and more rounds of showers. Now, some of the modeling has indicated that this batch of showers will be moving east. So probably these progs might indicate that too by not showing a significant amount of precipitation. But there is still rainfall likely here across the Delaware Bay, coastal New Jersey, just south into New York City and then also down to Delaware. This is just something we're going to have to monitor in real time as we see where the atmosphere is really going over the next 24 hours with any of these disturbances. We'll take you through the WRF model simulated radar product now, the reflectivity product, giving you a general idea of what this model is thinking over the next 24 hours. If we start the loop here, this is for this morning after midnight, and then here comes the rain now south of New York City, and watch the rain now breaking out across the Delmarva into New Jersey, not quite getting into the northern New Jersey area by later this afternoon. And then by this evening, the rain begins to move over the forecast area. Here comes very moderate to heavy rain still along the I-95 corridor here, getting down into the Virginias. And the rain then, according to this model, begins to stay just to the left here of right along the Delaware River, Susquehanna River area, where previous antecedent flooding has been quite substantial. Then as we get into the forecast period for Saturday, during the afternoon and evening hours, we find another plume of moisture coming in from off the ocean, and this precipitation will be moving into. So these are some of the main things that you need to be aware of over the next 24 to 36 hours. Aerial flood watches here for all of New Jersey, right down through the Delmarva area until Saturday night. This is for areas of precipitation 1 to locally 3 inches. There could be amounts even higher than that in any heavier training rain and thunder that perhaps moves across the areas. The dense fog advisories will be lifted probably during this morning just to the west and just to the east as the rainfall gets going. And these brighter greens in here, notice that these will be flash flood watches in effect until 10 o'clock tonight. And also, these probably will begin to expand as the rain becomes heavier. Some of these areas will now become flood watches and flood warnings if needed. So small streams and creeks that are near bankful or just below will rise rapidly in any areas where heavy rainfall trains across an area for at least an hour or a couple of hours. So that's one important factor. Basement flooding, small street and urban flooding, also a possibility where the heaviest rains fall in this area over the next 12 to 24 hours, and again later on Saturday and Saturday night. So we're just going to have to monitor these disturbances one by one, day by day here across the area, because we're not really going to get much of a break in the weather until early to mid part of late next week. So you make it a good fall day, your first full day of fall 2011 here in the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area. And we'll be doing another broadcast tonight and tomorrow morning, and severe weather watches and warnings are also on our Twitter page, right on our front page as well. And you can follow along with all of us here at GardenStateWeather.com, the Northern Mid-Atlantic region's weather news portal. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. Thank you for listening and have a great day.